Welcome back to space,
sorry.
everyone. We thought we would talk a little bit about the 2.2.6 update for Stellaris PC.
Yeah.
Because there's a console edition now as well, which is not the same.
No, it's not the same.
But I think we should start off with looking at one of the, for me at least, big changes, which are some UI changes.
Yeah, I guess we can best display it by finding someone actually has an Ecumenopolis.
I think the Tarkadian, I believe this has at least one Ecumenopolis. No.
No, he doesn't actually have, but he has habitats.
Alright, so let's check out the
it's
habitats.
fairly similar, because the big thing is usually you would just see like numbers here, and now we just see like the boxes instead, and you can see up here that you have one box remaining. So whenever you fill these out, these disappear. It feels a lot better to have these colored boxes than just have the numbers here.
Yeah, it looks very different.
I think it's a control click to observe.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't observe very often.
That's fine.
A feature, for example, that you can favorite a job. So.
Okay. Now we should be able to do things.
Yeah. So it will prioritize this job over other jobs in the same strata.
Oh, that's really cool.
So you don't have to manually go in and so yeah, you can see here that depending on which one we pick, they can move over. But you can also still reduce the amount of jobs in case, like for example, you have jobs that are too expensive for you right now, or that you don't want them to be working all. Maybe you don't only want 6 farmers to be worked, and then you want, clerks to be prioritized or whatever. You could still have this prioritized while still capping the jobs as well.
Yeah.
So you can have like, I want farmers to always be filled, but I only want 6 farmers. You can restore all the jobs here, so you don't have to go back in and click plus again.
Oh, that's very
pretty neat. So you can just click here. I also like sort of last minute added hotkeys to a lot of things because I noticed we'd forgotten it. So this now is hotkey, everything here is hotkey.
Oh.
I added hotkeys to a lot of stuff here as well. You can't upgrade now, but
yeah,
you would have it on the key on the stuff too.
Yeah, that's very, very nice. So
let's see if sorry, go ahead.
I haven't checked the changelog myself because I've had too much to do. But a while back, you teased something regarding building fleets or upgrading fleets rather on the.
Here's an Ecumenopolis.
Oh, there you go.
So we can see that the size is 16. Here's Master of Nature and Expansion, so we get 19. And you can see that all the slots are filled out here. You can see the different boxes instead of seeing the boring numbers.
It's very, very nice visual representation.
Yeah, it looks really nice for the Ecumenopolis in my mind. A lot more rewarding to look at.
Yeah,
sure.
I definitely like it, and hopefully it will help. If anyone thought it was a little bit confusing before, maybe there was a lot of numbers, and hopefully this will help make things a little bit easier to go ahead with.
Yeah. And regarding your upgrade question, I guess we should find. I don't even know what's a good example, because I'm not familiar exactly with where their shipyards are. But
I mean, you could do the Flargle. You should be fairly familiar with those star bases.
I guess. Let's just create like an old Corvette layout. Not complete, but let's fill it with something obviously bad, like this. Bad, save.
And then build a bunch of them?
Yeah, and then we'll build a bunch of bad Corvettes.
Alright.
Now we will turn off instant build, and now we will go back to our ship designer, we'll clear it, we will, auto upgrade, save. We have saved over bad, and now we will upgrade them.
Alright.
So now we can see that each ship here is individually being upgraded. It's also using the shipyard queue for each ship.
So if you were like, alright, well I only want to upgrade some of the ships, then you can go in and be like, alright, remove these, or I don't have time.
Yeah.
Upgrade as much as we have time, and then just cancel the rest.
Yeah, because I have 6 modules for shipyards in this one, so it can upgrade 6 ships at once that you can see here. So if we just unpause, we're like now we're like, oh shit, we need to like move. Because we need to fight something.
Yeah.
We see that these are upgraded while these 2 are not.
That's really, really nice.
Yeah. It feels pretty great, honestly. So it feels really good to be finally have that in.
That is really, really nice.
What else do we have?
So we have a bunch of things in the 2.2 patch notes. a lot of balance fixes and bug
Alright,
fixes.
I'm not militarist. I was thinking if I could make myself warrior culture.
Maybe someone should be militarist, surely.
Let's see.
Yeah, like Church of Chains or Batizu.
Do we actually have any militarists?
I don't know. Those aren't. USG surely isn't.
Well, they've switched.
No, they are.
They've switched ethics so many times. I don't remember.
Ah.
Let's see if it works for these guys. No. Yeah, warrior culture.
All right.
So it replaces entertainers with duelists. Duelists are pretty sweet.
Perfect.
There we go.
All right. So we get a new job. Entertainers are removed, and we get duelists instead. How does duelists differ from entertainers?
See if I can find a planet where you actually built any sort of entertainment. It doesn't seem like it. Man, this is a sad place to live.
There's no fun in the USG.
Anyway, holotheaters, like you said, cheat one out.
Construction complete.
Ooh.
All right.
Helium structure complete. Whoops. So
Yeah, so it provides duelist jobs. We also fixed so you can actually see it properly. See its specialists.
Yeah.
So actually fixed so you actually get to see the effect here.
Oh, very nice.
So it was missing. So it uses one alloy. So it gives unity, amenities, and that's naval capacity.
Very nice.
So it sort of represents them, having like since they have a warrior culture.
Represents that a lot of people want to fight.
Yeah. And the sort of, a sort of martial culture that you're supposed to go into the military and it's promoting like that sort of attitude. So it's easier to support a larger fleet because more people are like for it.
Yeah. All right, that's really nice.
And why they use alloys is because obviously if you want to build like, your mech suits to battle or to build cool samurai swords with lasers or whatever.
This is fist fights. This is the mecha dream.
Yeah, you need alloys to build your mech suits to fight in, right?
Yeah, of course.
I actually forgot about it initially, but someone asked me on Twitter. Battle thralls can now be enforcers and duelists.
Ooh.
Because of course that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that absolutely.
Yeah. So
it feels like they would be the primary duelists if Rome is anything to, sorry, my knowledge of Rome is definitely contained to the movie Gladiator. But if that movie is anything to judge by, it's definitely battle thralls more than anyone else.
Yeah, I think they have an extremely heavy weight for it, like 10 times as likely as anything else. So
that's fantastic.
they will almost always take those jobs. Yeah, buffed I tweeted some of the Ascension perks and stuff like that.
Okay.
One thing I made that I'm still gonna look into. I think a lot of the Ascension paths, synthetic, biological, and psionic, they come a little bit late. So I've moved them, for example, that you can access them earlier now.
Okay.
So I think if they were locked to slot 3 and 4 before, they're now locked to slot 2 and 3.
All right.
I still want to look into that because I still feel like they should be a little bit cooler. I've been playing a lot of psionic lately, so I've been tweaking that a little bit more than the other ones right now, but I want them to feel like they come into play more around the mid game because it feels a little bit weird that now for a while we've had like the Ascension pass come into play later than Ring Worlds and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. Transcendent Learning Ascension perk, effect on leader pool removed.
Yeah, so you now get leader level cap +2 like you did before. But you also now get 50% more leader experience gain, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, so instead of having more potential leaders, you now will get better leaders faster.
Which is exactly sort of the intention behind this. Is to Transcendent Learning is supposed to make you to give you like leaders that are like so much better than anything else. Where is it? Yeah, technological ascendancy. I give it an increase for rare technologies. It actually sounds a lot more powerful than it is.
Yeah, because 50% more common is a lot less than people think if you have a really low number to begin with. So if rare technologies used to be 1%, it would now be 1.5%.
Exactly, it's not 51%.
No,
they are actually like multiplicatively 50% more likely.
Yeah,
not additively. Oh yeah, One Vision also buffed it slightly by giving it pop amenities usage reduction.
So
this is pretty good now. It's a little bit boring still, The World Shaper also moved from 3rd to 2nd.
Imperial Prerogative has no slot requirement, so you can pick that the first if you want to. Which one is that again? I forget.
It's the one that gives you admin cap.
Ooh.
I'm actually like considering doing something with Empire Sprawl. I think it's a little bit too lenient right now, but we'll see.
Man, crack down on the damn blobbers.
Yeah.
No more blobbing.
I'm not doing that well though. I got so far behind in economy, and it's difficult to catch up.
It is difficult to catch up once. It's a snowball effect, right? That's why the USSR became so big.
But I did make sure to buff the psionic avatar since I have one. Not by much though, but it was a little bit boringly weak.
So if we look at
Rip Steve.
Rip Steve.
Someone is asking about species growth will be reworked. That's something I mentioned in the post that I would like to do. I don't feel like I sort of want to talk about too much exactly what we want to do, but I can mention that, like in the post, I don't particularly like that the base growth comes from each planet. So if you have like 10 planets, you grow exponentially faster than just having one planet, which doesn't necessarily make much sense.
No.
I'd rather have it sort of almost empire level on the growth, obviously generated by each planet, but then sort of distributed on an empire level depending on where the growth should go. Unclear if that's a good idea to change or not. I'm gonna have to look into it.
Probably gonna have to do a fair amount of testing to see if that even works.
And prep work before even starting it, like doing some math on it and stuff.
We were talking about hotkeys earlier. The tech research tab, they want a hotkey for that. Should you add one last minute? Will QA hate you?
Probably right now, but we're gonna look into seeing if we want to reorganize some of this stuff, because there's a lot of stuff that doesn't necessarily need to be its own sort of directly accessible interface. So we're gonna give this a look in the near future, and then give things maybe a better hotkey.
Fantastic.
Someone's asking about hyperlane destruction, and that's actually something I didn't mention, but I would like to have, like, level 2 hyperlanes. And to sort of explore, you can't travel across these parts of the galaxy unless you have a certain tech.
Okay.
So it would be cool, if you had small clusters, let's say, like, what's a good example? I mean, this cluster over here, maybe it's only accessible by a level 2, sort of level 2 hyperlane here, or it's not connected at all, you need to wormhole your way over here. Stuff like that would be super cool.
Or jump drive or something like that.
So I would like to do more things like that. Look into if you can possibly somehow create type lanes as well. Unsure yet, because it would be pretty cool if you, like, let's take it here, if I built like maybe a hyperlane registrar here and one here, that maybe you could create a hyperlane between these two.
That would be really
That would be pretty cool.
Especially because if you zoom out a little bit, since we're on the Asphodels, they have two very distinct parts of their empire that they maybe would be able to link up there.
Alright, without having to go this massive roundabout way.
And they have to go through the family or something. So that's a really cool idea, but not part of 226, obviously.
No.
Do you and this is all hypothetical, of course. Do you have any other ideas regarding? So we made some civics changes, like with the warrior culture. Do you have any like small hints of something that you would maybe?
Let's take a look and see if we can figure something out while we're looking here. I mean, a lot of these that just give numbers, like let's say. Corvée system or whatever it may be. I know that because we haven't looked at Gestalt civics that much yet, whether be it machines or hive minds. So obviously that would be something take a look at, see if we can do similar things for example, warrior culture for those. I mean, just looking at this, there's some things that I talked about that I want to do is like move some of these into being backgrounds instead, and backgrounds being something you pick that you cannot remove. So like obviously post-apocalyptic would be a background, life-seeded would be a background. Mechanist might be a background, probably not though, it'd probably be a civic. As a sort of guideline, we're definitely not there right now.
No.
But I would kind of see like civics as something you can change, and background being something you can change. Could talk about, like someone asked about the institutions. I'm not going to go into exactly what it is, but the idea could be, for example, that as you make an institution larger, it increases your empire sprawl. And there's so you can sort of offset a bonus you get from making your diplomatic corps larger versus just having this vast and sprawling bureaucracy that's just consuming all your resources.
Yeah. All right.
But I'm not going to talk about those types of features necessarily much more than that.
We'll
it's for the future.
It's for the future, and we'll talk about that when that's relevant.
Yeah.
I think we've answered. We've shown off 226. We've answered a bunch of questions. We've even talked a little bit about the future, even though I was told we weren't supposed to. But
yeah, but I wasn't told. I can do whatever I want.
Exactly. Goodbye, everyone.